voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the roaring sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon. We are coming to you live from the Bud and Jackie Selleck Bowl on the campus of Butler University for Butler Women's Soccer, opening Big East play versus DePaul University. Alongside Mike Ackley, I am Anthony Cleva, and it's a beautiful Thursday afternoon for soccer in Indianapolis. Butler has opened the season with a 3-0 record, coming off a 4-1 victory over Dayton, while DePaul is 1-0 on the season with a win over Valparaiso. So, Mike, tell me, what are the keys for Butler win today?
Hello, Anthony. Thank you. The keys for Butler today, they need to take advantage of their 3-1 difference in games. They have fresher legs. They know how to play this season. That'll be key. Second key for the game for the Dogs is they have shown they can score. They have outscored their opponents 21-3 so far in 3 games. They've been averaging 26 shots on goal, holding opponents to 5 shots. And last key to the game, don't get cocky. Big East play is different than non-conference games. These two teams know each other. They play twice every year. Don't get cocky.
Yes, and the starting lineups for today, starting in goal for Butler is Stephanie Rodriguez. The defenders today for Butler are Amanda Kowalski, Julia Leonard, Caitlin O'Malley, and starting in midfield is Justina Gaynor, Aaliyah Leonard, Aaliyah Dean, and Morgan Klusterman, and starting in forward is Anya Savic and Katie Soderstrom. Starting for DePaul in goal is Molly Erickson. The defenders are Adrienne Walker, Gwen Walker, Sydney Parker, and starting midfield, Grace Philpotts, Bina Saipi, Brooke Weitzel, Beth Smith, Bella Hainish, and starting for forward is Kristen Booz and Morgan Turner. We are about set to kick off here. This is going to be the 10th meeting between the Dogs and the Blue Demons in their history. DePaul does lead the series 5-2-2, so Butler's going to be looking for a win.
Yes, Anthony, I would say they are. DePaul was actually picked to finish one spot ahead of Butler in the region, so the Dogs will look to come out and get a victory to open up their Big East play.
Yes, and as Mike said, there was a realignment for this year's Big East play due to COVID. So there will be 5 teams in the Midwest division, while there will be the other 6 Big East teams in the other division. As DePaul kicks it off, we are underway.
Butler is starting out today in a 4-3-3 formation.
DePaul defenders are kicking it around to find open field, but Butler takes over, and there's a foul called. The free kick will be from Grace Philpotts. She gets ready to kick it downfield, and it is headed by Aaliyah Diane.
A little bit of a sloppy clearance there, but the Dogs do get it out. Now
Yes.
DePaul has it back in.
Brooke Whitesell carries in, but Amanda Kowalski is able to kick it out. It will be a goal kick for Butler. Stephanie Rodriguez gives it to Deanne. Clears it up. Off to the far side of the field. She brings it back to Deanne. It's out of bounds. A throw in for DePaul. The throw in goes down to the Butler end. And it's back to the DePaul defense to clear it into the Butler zone. Nice header by Anya Savic to keep it in bounds. Molly Erickson cleared the ball to midfield. DePaul is on the attack.
Anthony, what's key in the beginning of the game is to establish possession. So far, it's only been a couple minutes, but DePaul seem like they're going to take it. Let's see how this plays out.
Yes. Who are some of the key players to watch today for Butler?
For Butler, it is junior forward Anna Savic, sophomore forward Gretchen Skoglund, and junior forward Katie Soderstrom. Anya Savic leads the team with 6 goals. Sophomore forward Gretchen Skoglund has 4 goals and an assist, and junior forward Katie Soderstrom has 3 goals, 2 assists. Savic and Soderstrom have 1 hat trick for Soderstrom and 2 hat tricks for Savic. We will see if Soderstrom can get her second of the season, or if someone from another Butler player can get a hat trick.
It will be a DePaul throw-in. The DePaul player is being defended well by Taylor Crow. DePaul clears it, but the ball goes straight to Aaliyah Dean, and it is picked up by the goalkeeper, Stephanie Rodriguez.
Good communication there between Dean and Rodriguez.
The Butler defense is playing around with it, trying to find the wide opening. It goes back to Rodriguez. Dean's now carrying up the field. Gives it to Ellie Leonard. And it'll be out on DePaul for a Butler throw-in.
Anthony, it looks like the Dogs are going to try to play it outside, play it out on that far side. DePaul so far has defended it, so we will see if Butler tries to change that strategy as they bring it back to the other side.
Yes, the ball comes to the near side of the field, and it is kicked all the way down for Katie Soderstrom. But the DePaul defender kicks it out of bounds for a Butler throw-in. Amanda Kowalski will throw in for Butler. She throws into Katie Soderstrom, who goes back to Kowalski, who crosses it to the middle, but it is cleared by the DePaul defender. The ball will go out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick. It will be a corner kick for Butler here. So an early chance to get a good scoring chance here for Butler.
Set pieces, Anthony. We will see if the Dogs can capitalize. So far this season, we are going to see if Anja Savic can get on the score sheet. That would be my target in this situation.
Yes, Julia Leonard will be making the corner kick. She kicks to a wide open Butler player, but the DePaul defender clears it, and now DePaul is on the attack. DePaul defender slows and goes back to her defense, but Butler is attacking pretty strong here. Out on Butler with the DePaul throw in here. The throw in from 22 of DePaul, Pillpots. She goes back to her fellow defender in the DePaul defensive area. Clears it upfield. But Dean goes back to her goaltender, Rodriguez, who clears it to midfield. It's a nice header by Allie Leonard, which will lead to a Butler throw-in. Leonard with the throw-in. DePaul has cleared it to their defense and down midfield to their attack. Butler has regained possession, but DePaul has gotten it back and has cleared it.
Anthony, both teams so far are just trying to feel each other out. I cannot, it's only been 7 minutes in the game, but it does not appear to me that one side has an advantage over the other.
Butler with a shot. Goal! The shot from midfield goes in past Molly Erickson, and Butler leads 1-0. The goal came 7 minutes into the game, and Butler is out to the early 1-0 lead. DePaul has restarted the play. The goal was scored by Allie Leonard.
Butler 1, DePaul 0.
It was a nice shot by Allie to get the Bulldogs on the board.
Yes, that is an understatement, Anthony. Great control from the ball by Allie Leonard. She decided to have a go. It's early on in the game, and she gets the Bulldogs on the board.
Butler has regained possession of it and cleared it down. But the DePaul goalie, Molly Erickson, has picked it up and will restart off with a kick to midfield. It was a nice header by Aaliyah Dean, who's got it to her forward. But a DePaul intercept has given the possession back to DePaul. DePaul hasn't been able to do much to move the ball up the field. Butler is doing a great job defending.
Yes, I would say so. DePaul has had 2 chances on the counter, one from a giveaway, one from a Butler attack, and the Butler players have gotten back and defended it, and both times they've regained possession.
Butler has a throw-in to resume play. Anja Savic on the ball. Clears it to her defender. Coming up on the near side. Gives it to Katie Soderstrom, who makes a nice move to the middle of the field, dodging around multiple DePaul defenders. Julia Gaynor has possession of the ball. She moves it to Soderstrom, but DePaul's defender's there to take it.
Anthony, on that play, you could definitely tell that Soderstrom was looking for Anja Savic. on that play.
Yes, Anya is the leading scorer for Butler, so it seems like she's had the pretty hot foot early in the season. The ball moves to Amanda Kowalski, who's taking it up the right side. She crosses, but it is intercepted by the DePaul defender and cleared to midfield to a Butler forward, Morgan Kloosterman. Kloosterman shoots, but it is blocked by her own player. Down the left side, Leonard moves it to Julia Gaynard. And it is a foul for a DePaul free kick and deep in their zone. The DePaul defender sets up for the kick to move it to one of her teammates, but it is kicked out of bounds by a Butler player for a DePaul throw-in. Nice step up there, but there was a foul call.
I don't like that call, Anthony.
Head coach Terry St. John was not happy with that call.
Anthony, early on in the game, it looked like DePaul were going to dominate possession, but I would say in the last 6 minutes, including the goal, it looks like Butler is going to be dominating this game, and DePaul will have to try to break the Dogs down.
Yes, that goal really opened it up for the Bulldogs.
100%. DePaul have to go after the game now, and that could leave them open on the counter.
A DePaul throw-in, defended by Dean. The Butler defense doing a solid job of keeping the ball out of their zone.
Yes, Anthony, I would also say that they are, the defenders and midfielders doing a great job of getting it from front to back, or back to front, I should say, and getting it to those attacking players.
The Butler free kick goes back to the defense. The ball is being carried by the defender and moved to Amanda Kowalski, who's running up the field, who crosses it to the middle. The ball for Anya, header out of bounds. It will be a goal kick by the netminder from DePaul, Molly Erickson.
Kowalski to Savage right there. That is what Butler is going to try to do this entire game. The ball held up a little bit too long for Savage to get a good header on it, but I think if that play happens again, Savage will put it on target.
The clear from Erickson to midfield. Once again, the Butler head gets on it. Anya Savage tries to move it to Soderstrom, but it is intercepted by a DePaul defender. Kowalski kicked that a little bit too far, and it will be another goal kick from Molly Erickson of DePaul. So far, Butler is out shooting DePaul 2-0. 13 minutes have gone by in the first half. Butler is leading 1-0 off a goal from
Wow, what a nice goal, Anthony.
And a goal! Butler is now leading 2-0. It was a great shot there, and Butler has now extended their lead.
Anthony, on that goal, Butler won the ball back and had some nice passing plays to getting into a shooting position. That is the perfect goal you want if you are the Dogs.
Yes, they're extending their lead, and they're kind of pouring it on. The DePaul team has met at midfield to try to settle things down here, but Butler's doing a little bit too much for them to stop.
And an assist from number 7, Anya Savage. Credit the goal to number 22, Allie Leonard.
Allie Leonard on the goal with the assist from number 7, Anya Savage.
DePaul 0.
Well, Anthony, we were saying that Anya Savage would be the goal scorer. Oh, DePaul's on the attack here.
Shot, and it's a nice save by Stephanie Rodriguez. It will lead to a DePaul corner kick.
Rodriguez got down to her right there, saw it all the way, and parried it around for a corner kick. Very good.
So that was the first shot that DePaul has had on net. 15 minutes have gone by in the first half, and Butler is leading 2-0. The corner kick from DePaul crosses in front, and it is cleared by Butler.
Good clearance. Anthony, as I was saying right before DePaul had the attack, we were saying in the opening that Anya Savage would be the goal scorer. Well, she's been assisting. She has 2 assists on the day to Julie Leonard.
Yes. It'll be a DePaul throw-in to resume play.
Here's what I said.
Moves it down into the corner. DePaul crosses, but Butler can clear. Tries to get the ball to Anya Savage, but the ball goes to the DePaul defense. The DePaul defense is playing around with it in their backfield. Walker clears it, but the Butler defense regains, with Deanne moving it back to her fellow defender, Caitlin O'Malley. Back to the goalie, Rodriguez, who moves it back to O'Malley.
Deanne has been dominating that side of the field so far, Anthony. It's been really impressive to watch.
Yes. Aaliyah Deanne is from Germany. She is playing some pretty solid defense back there to start. Savage clears it, trying to get the ball to Soderstrom, but the DePaul defender is able to take it away. But Soderstrom gives it back. Soderstrom
there.
Soderstrom tries to cross it, but it is out on DePaul.
That is some great play by Soderstrom right there. She tries to go for the ball initially, gets beaten, wins the ball back, loses the ball, but then wins it again for a corner kick.
Yes, and it will be a Butler corner kick. Julia Leonard will be on the corner kick. The Butler players are getting into formation here as Julia Leonard places the ball, awaiting the kick. She crosses it to the back, goes on top of the net, and is out of bounds. It will be a DePaul goal kick. Molly Erickson clears it to midfield. Defended nicely by Butler. Soderstrom tries to clear, but it is intercepted. It looked like it was out of bounds on Butler, but it will go the other way. A Butler throw-in. Amanda Kowalski on the throw.
Bulldogs, number 4, Abigail Isker. For number 7, Anya Savage.
We have a substitution. Abigail Isger will come in for Anya Savage. We are awaiting a Butler throw-in from Amanda Kowalski. If you are just joining us, a little under 20 minutes have gone by in the first half. Butler is leading 2-0 on 2 goals from Leonard.
Anthony, it looks like number 2, Ellie Mink, is coming in for the game for DePaul.
Be another throw-in for Butler.
Blue Demon substitution, number 2,
Kowalski.
Kelly Mink. For 6, Gwen Walker.
And as Mike said, Kelly Mink has entered the game. Butler clears to the far side of the field. A header contested by Allie Leonard. Cleared to the corner by Katie Soderstrom, who moves it back to the midfield with a cross. And it will be a goal kick for DePaul. A little bit too far for Amanda Kowalski to reach on the back post.
Another ball in for Butler. They had one earlier in the game that did not work out. That one also did not work out, but I like the trying to score goals. 2 moves that just a little bit off, but I can definitely see that Butler is trying to pour it on here early.
Yes, Butler is being really aggressive early on here. It's taken away, but kicked out a little bit too far from Justina Gaynor. We have another substitution for DePaul here.
Substitution for DePaul. Number 11, Mary Tierney.
Number 11, Mary Tierney has entered the game for DePaul. A DePaul throw-in resumes play, but 4 Butler girls can take it back. The ball is out on DePaul for a Butler throw-in. The throw-in resumes play to Allie Leonard, but she dribbles it out of bounds. Actually, it was touched by a DePaul player, so we will have another Butler throw-in. Butler is out shooting the Blue Demons 3-1. The throw-in goes to Allie Leonard. But it is cleared to the near side of the field for the DePaul defender to clear it upfield. Grace Philpotts has carried it and moved it, tried to move it to number 19, Morgan Turner, but she goes a little bit too far, and we'll have a Butler throw-in.
Anthony, that play right there was the 3rd example so far this afternoon of it looking like DePaul might be out on the break, but Butler defenders shifting in position and winning the ball back.
Yes, the Butler defense is standing strong so far in the first 20 minutes of this game. Butler is leading 2-0 on 2 goals from Allie Leonard. As the ball is moved back to the DePaul defense, it is intercepted, but kicked out of bounds. DePaul regains possession. It will be another DePaul throw-in. DePaul has possession of it. Moves it around their defense. Up to midfield, but intercepted. Back to Butler. Ball is cleared, falls to the near side. Amanda Kowalski on the contest.
Great,
intercepted.
Back. Oh.
Intercepted by Taylor Crow, but kicks it a little bit too far for Katie Soderstrom.
A little miscommunication right there. But we've said multiple times in this broadcast already, Anthony, Butler is pushing the game. They want to score goals.
Yes, and they're going to have another opportunity right here as Amanda Kowalski walks to the corner for another corner kick. Butler is leading 2-0, looking to extend their lead. The kick from Kowalski, headed out by the DePaul defender. Back to Allie Leonard with the ball. Already has 2 goals today, looking for the hat trick. It's cleared to the far side.
Some nifty footwork there, Anthony.
Yes, indeed, by Julia Leonard. But the ball is kicked out, and it will be a Butler throw-in. The throw-in to Abigail Isger, who recently entered the game. Headed back down by Aaliyah Dean. It was a nice step by Aaliyah Dean to keep the ball in the DePaul territory. Kicked out of bounds by DePaul, and it will be another Butler throw-in. Let's move to the midfield to Julia Leonard. who kicks it back to her defense, Caitlin O'Malley. Around to Taylor Crow. Taylor Crow moves it back to O'Malley. O'Malley clears it deep to Izzy Isgar. Butler's looking to attack again. The ball goes to Leonard, back in, tries to reach Allie Leonard, but the ball goes too deep and it will be a DePaul goal kick.
Anthony, on that last sequence, I was watching Kowalski down at our near side, and I assumed that they were going to her because she was wide open. She had tons of space to run through, but Butler is going to that far side, and it's worked for them twice, so I guess they are going to keep going back to it.
Erickson clears to midfield, but it is headed by Allie Leonard to Abigail Isgar, but she gets a pass deflected out of bounds by DePaul. Will be a Butler throw-in. Justina Gaynor for the throw-in for the Dogs. Throws it to Isgar. The ball is up and it's headed out by DePaul, but Butler retains possession again. There will be a foul on DePaul and with a free kick for Butler here. She moves it back to her defense, O'Malley, who moves it out to Crow. Crow down to Soderstrom. Soderstrom, a little nifty move, looking to cross. Right into the arms of Molly Erickson, the DePaul goalkeeper. There has not been much play down the Butler end.
Credit that Butler defense to winning the ball back whenever DePaul even tries to come up the field, Anthony.
25 minutes have passed. Butler is leading 2-0 off 2 goals from Allie Leonard. Cleared to the far side to Justina Gaynor. Around the DePaul defender to the middle, tries to cross it. Isgar clears it to Allie Leonard. Allie Leonard on the far side, trying to find some open space. It's kicked out of bounds by DePaul. It will be a Butler throw-in. You're having multiple substitutions coming in for Butler. It will be a Butler throw-in to resume play. It is kicked out of bounds by DePaul, and another good scoring chance opportunity here for Butler,
Bulldogs. Number 9,
which was on a corner kick.
For 11, Taylor Crow. 15, Celia Gaynor. For 8, Morgan Klusterman. Number 20, Peyton Black. For 22, Allie Leonard. 17, Claire Farrington. For 5, Amanda Kowalski. And number 10, Alana Wood. For 21, Christina Gaynor.
The 4 Butler substitutions are number 10, Alana Wood, Celia Gaynor, Claire Farrington, and Peyton Black. The corner kick was cleared out of bounds, which will result in a DePaul goal kick. Erickson retrieves the ball. Erickson clears to midfield. DePaul kicks it out of bounds. As we were talking about earlier, the Big East did realign their conferences into 2 divisions, the Midwest Division and the East Division. In the Midwest Division, we have Xavier, DePaul, Butler, Creighton, and Marquette. Butler will play each of these teams twice, which will comprise of their regular season, and the top 2 teams from the Midwest Division will go to the Big East tournament. DePaul was picked to be the preseason number 2 seed in the Midwest Division, and Butler was number 3. So it's pretty big that the Dogs are up 2-0 right now on them.
Yes, maybe that will go slight in the preseason rankings, give the Dogs some fight today, Anthony.
Yes, Deanne clears it back to her defender.
And then for the East Division, it's Georgetown, Villanova, Providence, UConn, St. John's, and Seton Hall. Preseason, Georgetown and Villanova were picked to go through.
The ball is moved, but a little bit too far out of the reach of Abigail Isger. Molly Erickson kicks it to midfield, but it is picked off by Butler. Peyton Black moves it back to Leah Dean. Dean is carrying up the field. Dean, a defender, is on the attack.
By Dean.
Dean crosses. Oh, just misses the head of Katie Soderstrom, and it will be a DePaul goal kick.
That was a really good run by Dean Anthony. She got it probably about halfway in Butler's own half and took it the entire way. Put in a good ball for Soderstrom. They are going to try that again. I can guarantee you that.
Yes, Aaliyah Dean has made her presence felt today. Erickson clears it. DePaul moves it back to its defense, moving to the far side of the field, looking for open space. DePaul clears it, but it is intercepted by Peyton Black. DePaul regains possession and is moving up the field. It's coming to the far side to number 22 of DePaul, Grace Philpotts.
Another good job for Butler getting all the defenders back. They're right now, it looks like putting around 10, or let's see, 9, putting 9 behind the ball. It's out for a corner kick. Yeah, so on that play, DePaul on this near side looked like they were going to have a lot of space. Butler brought all the defenders back, and they defended out for a corner kick.
Yes. Jessica Lazo moves to the corner for DePaul. 30 minutes have gone by in the first half. Butler is leading 2-0 off 2 goals from Allie Leonard. The DePaul cross is blocked by Katie Soderstrom, but back into the corner for Lazo. And it is cleared out, and it will be another DePaul corner kick.
First time in a while, Anthony, that DePaul has stayed a little bit of possession. Let's continue to see if Butler can hold the line.
The DePaul kick moves out to the defender, Philpotts. It's defended nicely. And cleared by Katie Soderstrom to the DePaul end, and it is going to be retrieved by the goaltender. Erickson playing around with it as she moves it to midfield. Picked off by Butler, and the ball goes to Soderstrom, but is moved back to midfield. Izzy Isgard takes over, moves it to Soderstrom, but it is a little bit too far, and it will result in a DePaul goal kick. The kick from Erickson to a DePaul midfielder, clears it down the field, but it is headed down back into DePaul defense by Claire Farrington. Farrington moves it back. The ball goes to Dean. Moves it to the far side. Alana Wood is carrying it down the far side of the field, but a DePaul defender steps up. It will be a DePaul throw-in. The DePaul throw-in is intercepted by Butler. Tries to move it to Abigail Isger.
Way to win the ball back. But right there, it's another continuation of Butler playing a high line and winning the ball back.
Claire Gaynor moves it back to the defense of Caitlin O'Malley. Peyton back, moves it to Dean. Dean back to O'Malley, trying to regroup. As it has shown today, defense does lead to offense, and Butler's playing great defense. Dean
has been the star of that defense, Anthony.
She has indeed. Moves it back to O'Malley. O'Malley has some space. She's running, clears it to the far side to Farrington. Farrington back to O'Malley. The Butler defense is playing around with it, but they're in no hurry. They are up 2-0 with 11 minutes to go in the first half. A good run on the far side. Crossed. Nice save. But the rebound. And the ball has gone in the net. But it looks like it's going to be a good goal for the Bulldogs. There was a pile on the far side post that has extended the Butler lead to 3-0. Molly Erickson stopped the first ball, but she could not gather the rebound. And that will be a Butler goal with 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Butler leads 3-0.
On that play, Anthony, the Bulldogs, they did not give up. Great save by Erickson. But they did not give up on the play, and they put their head out for that goal. That's what you want to see if you're a Butler fan.
That Bulldog goal to number 2, Katie Soderstrom.
It will be Katie Soderstrom on the goal.
3, DePaul, no.
It's a great effort by Katie Soderstrom to do all she could do to get that goal into the net. There are some substitutions for Butler.
Substitutions for Butler, 28, Gabby Smith. For 23, Aaliyah Dean. And 16, Gretchen Skoglund. For number 9, Becky Dean.
In for Butler is Gretchen Skoglund and Gabby Smith. 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Butler leads 3-0. DePaul has resumed play, and Butler gets possession back to their defense. O'Malley moves it over to Wood, who moves it up. Back to Wood. Wood finds some open space that she is taking and clears it downfield. And kicked out of bounds by DePaul. We will have a Butler throw-in. Butler has moved it back to their defense, and they are going to try and set something up here.
A lot of space down on this near side, Anthony. Let's see if they go there on this play.
Far side cross in. Tries to find Gaynor in front of the net, but is cleared by a DePaul defender. DePaul has regained possession, but it was a nice defense by Farrington there to kick the ball out of bounds. It will be a DePaul throw-in. So, Mike, what have we seen so far that Butler has done right?
Butler has done a great job of getting the ball back when they lose possession. As soon as they lose possession, they just did it right there, ladies and gentlemen. DePaul had a throw-in, and as soon as as soon as the DePaul player got close, there were 2 or 3 Bulldogs on her, and they've regained possession. Another thing I would add is that they're doing a great job of working that far side. DePaul has no answer for it. Butler has said, we are going to do this, and you are not going to stop us. So I would say those 2 things, Butler's done really well.
Yes, as the Butler defense has found some space, they are moving back up the field. The ball was for Gaynor, but it was intercepted by DePaul. It will be a Butler throw-in by Peyton Black. The throw-in has resumed play. A Butler header, or DePaul header, clears it. There's 8 minutes left in the first half. Butler is up 3-0 off 2 goals of Allie Leonard and 1 from Katie Soderstrom.
There's another corner for Butler. Anthony, I believe that's their 5th on the day.
Yes, and Katie Soderstrom is trotting out to the corner. She will be the one to kick it in. Soderstrom puts her hand up and crosses to the far side of the net, but it is cleared by a DePaul defender. Seven minutes remaining in the first half. Butler is up 3-0 as the Butler defense is moving it upfield. O'Malley has moved it back. And this time to the goalkeeper, Rodriguez, who clears it to midfield.
Good play by Rodriguez to get to that ball before the DePaul player. She's not had much to do, and Butler has won the ball back.
Gaynor has moved it to Skoglund, trying to get it to Soderstrom, but it is kicked out by DePaul. DePaul is on the attack. 2 versus 4. DePaul regrouped, moved it to the outside.
Way to win the ball back there for Farrington.
Yeah. Farrington did step up there. It will be a Butler throw-in. Six minutes to go in the first half. Butler is up 3-0. Looks like we will have some substitutions, both for DePaul and Butler.
Substitution for DePaul, 25, Aubrey Ramey. For 20, Dina Saiki. And 17, Maria Nordnes.
Goal scorer Soderstrom coming off.
5, Adrian Walker. And for your Bulldogs, number 9, Becky Dean. For number 2, Katie Soderstrom.
Gaynor moves it in off the throw-in back to Farrington, who moves it to O'Malley. Alana Wood moving it up. Clear to the far side, out of the reach of Abby Isgar, taken by the DePaul defender. Julia Leonard to the corner for Isgar. Isgar goes to the outside, tries to cross off the DePaul's defender's foot, and it will be another Butler corner kick. This will be the 6th corner for Butler today. Butler is out shooting DePaul 5-1 and also leading on the scoreboard 3-0. Abigail Isgar on the corner kick. She crosses, but that one's going to go out of bounds.
Anthony, you saw how the ball went out of bounds on that play. If there's anything that Butler might try to work on at halftime, that even though they're already up 3-0, they've had 3 corner kicks go behind the goal. So that's probably something that Butler coaches will say at halftime, because there's always room for improvement.
Yes. Erickson clears it to midfield, but it is taken right back by Butler. Butler is all over the DePaul defense. They move it back to Farrington. Farrington has space. Some miscommunication. DePaul defender clears it, but it is back to O'Malley. Back to Alana Wood to the far side. She has some space to work with, and she's taking it. Julia Leonard has taken control and tries to get it to one of her forwards, but Molly Erickson's there to pick it off. There are 4 minutes left in the first half. Butler is up 3-0. Erickson clears it. Taken by Leonard. Tried to get it to Isgar. It is cleared back to Rodriguez. She did stumble a little bit, but regained her feet and has moved it to Alana Wood. Wood moves it to Peyton Black. And back to Wood. She's taking open space. Moves it to the far side. Back to Wood. Tries to clear it. But Erickson will pick it up for DePaul. There will be a foul called on Butler for a free kick for DePaul.
This could be a dangerous time here for Butler, Anthony. You do not want to give up a goal in the last couple minutes. That would give DePaul a lot of momentum going into the second half and gives them hope that they could come back. So Butler so far has been really good defensively. Let's see if they can keep it up in the last around 2.5 minutes.
The free kick from the DePaul defender goes. Butler has cleared it back to midfield, though. And Gaynor picks it up. Moves it far side. To Peyton Black. To Leonard. To the far side to Farrington. To the near side. Moves it up, trying to connect with Isgar. Isgar on the run. And she forces the DePaul defender to kick the ball out of bounds, and this will be Butler's 7th corner kick, and Isgar will attempt. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Butler is up 3-0.
I just mentioned Butler giving up a goal in the last couple minutes here. It would be the same thing applies if DePaul gives up a last goal.
The corner crosses, but no Butler player in the area. DePaul clears easily. Back to Alana Wood. Alana moves it to the far side. Gretchen Skoglund crosses, but it will be a foul on Butler. And Molly Erickson will take the free kick. Erickson clears to midfield. Looks like the wind is a factor right now. It is moving from the north to the south.
1 minute.
There is 1 minute remaining in the first half. We have a Butler throw-in. Butler trying to get something to happen here to extend their lead. It will be another Butler throw-in. .30 seconds remaining. Try to throw in downfield, but it is taken out by DePaul. DePaul is trying to waste away these last 20 seconds. Back to the DePaul defense. It will be a goal kick. And that will about do it for the first half here as 5 seconds left with an Erickson free kick.
2, 1.
And that will do it for the first half. Butler is leading 3-0 over DePaul. Off 2 goals from Allie Leonard and 1 goal from Katie Soderstrom. You're watching Butler Women's Soccer on Butler Athletics YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Bud and Jackie Selleck Bowl. We are getting you set for the second half here. Butler is leading DePaul 3-0. 2 goals are from Allie Leonard, and the third goal did get changed, and it is credited to Becky
Dean.
Becky Dean, yes, sorry about that. And the assist is to Katie Soderstrom.
Yeah, so Soderstrom's been was really impactful in that first half, Anthony. A goal and an assist. So we'll see if she continues that in the second half.
Yes. So, Mike, what does Butler need to do in the second half to get this into the win column?
Butler needs to continue to get on the ball as fast as possible. They've done a really good job so far of really getting on the ball when they lose possession and winning the ball back. They've also done a great job moving up the flanks. So they've switched sides. So Butler's already on the attack here.
Yes, play has resumed. Butler moves it to the middle of the field, but it is saved by Erickson.
I would watch out for Kowalski in this half. She was open a lot on the near side of the first halves, and I think that they should target her. They are up 3-0, so you can maybe take a little bit of chance of targeting someone else.
DePaul on the move. A nice intercept by DN. The Butler throw-in. Taken over by DePaul. DePaul moving quickly to try to catch Butler off guard. Back to the DePaul defense. Nice step by Gaynor, but it was called a foul. It will be a DePaul free kick.
DePaul's going to look to capitalize on this, Anthony. Not many chances in the first half. Let's see if they can do something from the set piece.
Nice defense there by Kloosterman, which will result in a Butler goal kick. Dean has it and moves it to Gaynor. Gaynor trying to get it back to Dean, and she does. It will be a foul on DePaul, and Butler with the free kick. Dean set to do the free kick. Moves it up the field and over the head of Leonard. Soderstrom picks it up. Soderstrom moving down, but defended well by Nordness of DePaul. Savage takes it.
Anthony, we talked a lot about the first half of Butler getting a lot of numbers behind the ball. They have also were really good about getting numbers forward to the ball. Just on that play, there were only 2 or 3 Butler players back in their own zone.
Yes, that was a nice save by O'Malley to get it back to Rodriguez to keep it out of reach of DePaul. Gaynor on the throw-in to Leonard. Tries to move it to the far side of the field. And it does go back to Kowalski. Taylor Crow defending. But DePaul has it in the corner, but it is cleared by Kowalski. A DePaul throw-in has resumed play. Kowalski takes it. And DePaul clears it deep into Butler's zone. The DePaul regrouping back, trying to find some offense here. But the Butler defense is standing strong back there.
Butler's letting DePaul have a lot of the ball. Up 3-0, you're allowed to do that, but let's see what happens here with DePaul. Yes, Butler is letting DePaul have a lot of the ball so far in the first round, 5 minutes of the second half. I suspect that Butler will be just fine with that with a 3-0 lead. But if they give one up, I also suspect that Butler will get back on the ball.
5 minutes have gone in the second half. Butler still leading 3-0. DePaul has in the corner, is crossed, but defended well by Taylor Crow. It will be a DePaul corner kick. Gwen Walker will attempt the kick.
Crowded box.
Kicks it out. Missed everyone except the foot of O'Malley, who clears it. DePaul has regained possession, but the Butler defense is all over it. O'Malley moves it to the midfield, trying to get it to Savage. But DePaul regains possession and is moving into Butler's zone.
Way to win the ball back from Butler right there.
A little scrum in the middle.
Ooh, looks like Butler's going to be on the attack here, Anthony.
Leonard moves it out to Soderstrom. Soderstrom moving around the defender. Crosses, but over the net. It will be a goal kick from Erickson. Erickson moved the ball back to midfield. Has the wind at her back now. She might be able to find a little bit more power on her kicks here in the second half. 7 minutes gone. Butler leads 3-0. DePaul regains possession. A nice stop by Dean to give it back. Savage tries to clear to her defense. Kowalski has it. Moves it to Soderstrom. Soderstrom looking for Savage. Savage will get it. Moves it to Gaynor. Gaynor moves around her defender, but DePaul's able to clear. Blocked by Savage. And it will be a DePaul throw-in. Nice play there by Dean to allow Butler to reset on defense. Taken by Leonard. Tries to find Soderstrom, but there's a little bit of miscommunication there, and it's back to the DePaul goalkeeper.
Just a little sloppy from Butler to come out in this second half. They had that a little bit in the first half, but got that quick goal. I suspect that, great play by Dina. Almost gave up the ball, but did not give up on the play, got it back to Rodriguez.
Yes, a little sloppiness, but they're still standing strong defensively.
Yes.
As it goes back to O'Malley. Gaynor tries to clear, but DePaul takes it back. Turner crosses, but it is saved by Rodriguez. Butler out shooting DePaul 5-1. Butler moving on the far side of the field. The ball's thrown into Savage. Trying to go around 2 defenders, but DePaul is able to take it back.
Anthony, I will say for Savage, DePaul's done a pretty good job of containing her, but for Savage's part, she's still trying to get on the ball. She has 2 assists in the game. Maybe not what she wants. She wants goals, but she's still contributing to Butler.
DePaul moves it to the close side of the field, but Leonard's there to break it up. DePaul's gained it. A shot blocked by O'Malley, another shot blocked. The Butler defense is doing a great job at limiting the shots that DePaul's taking. Rodriguez going to get a ball for the goal kick. Rodriguez moves it over to Dean. Gaynor and Dean play keep away, but a DePaul defender takes it away. A shot missed far side by Nordness of DePaul, and it will be another goal kick. Rodriguez is trying to wait for her players to get in position. She moves it to Taylor Crow. But a little mishap. And DePaul is taken over. DePaul looking to score here.
That probably right there, that's the sloppiness that we were just alluding to. It's been 2 or 3 times in the second half that sloppiness, Anthony, for Butler has almost cost them. I don't suspect that will continue, but you never know.
Yes, it seems like their 3-goal lead has given them a little bit of a reason to maybe step down, but they need to keep pushing hard to finish this game off. As DePaul clears it. It will be a Butler throw-in deep in the corner. Savage contests the DePaul defender. DePaul regrouping. A nice clear there by Kloosterman. But DePaul does regain possession. Soderstrom tries to clear, but it's taken back by DePaul. It will be a foul on DePaul and a Butler free kick here. 12 minutes have gone by in the second half. Butler is leading 3-0. Butler clearing down the field. Ball to Savage.
Great
Savage
play by Savage right there, Anthony.
Savage moves it to Soderstrom. Trying to find some free space, but DePaul closes off and moves back to their goalkeeper, Erickson. Erickson has to hurry with that one as Leonard was pressuring. DePaul moving up the field, has some space, tries to cross it, but Butler kicks it out, and it will be a throw-in. It's close to being a corner, but did go out on the left side of the out-of-bounds stick.
Although DePaul has gotten more into the Butler half, on that play, Butler did another good job of getting players back to defend the goal. It may be sloppy in the second half for the first 15-ish minutes, but Butler's still doing a great job getting behind the ball.
Soderstrom tries to clear, but it's blocked by DePaul. Another sloppy clear there. And DePaul regains possession. DePaul crosses to the front of the net, but it is cleared.
Great defensive play.
DePaul moves in the corner. Gainer pressuring. Whitesell tries to cross, but it is blocked out by O'Malley. DePaul is all over Butler right now. But they call a foul on DePaul, and it will be a Butler free kick. Butler trying to regroup here.
Peyton Black did a great job there of winning the ball back right in front of her goalie and got the foul, which should set Butler hopefully for a counterattack.
Kowalski takes it, using the free space given by the DePaul defender. Kicks it a little bit too far. It will be a goal kick for Erickson.
Substitutions for your Bulldogs. Number 10, Alana Wood. For 21, Christina Gaynor. And number 6, Julia Leonard. For 20, Peyton Black.
Alana Wood and Peyton Black have re-entered the game. Savage has it. It's cleared by Erickson. DePaul moving up the field. Great defense by Alana Wood. Wood throws into Leonard. Picked up by Allie Leonard. And DePaul gets it taken away at midfield by Kloosterman. Kowalski tries to make a move around. And it's cleared out to the far side.
Butler once again doing a great job of getting numbers to the ball. That looked a little lacking in the first 15 minutes of this game, but something must have, hopefully for the Dogs, have just clicked. That they're going to start getting back to getting 2 or 3 players on the ball.
28 minutes remain in the second half. Butler is still leading 3-0.
17, Claire Farrington. For 11, Taylor Crow.
Claire Farrington is re-entering the game. Savage moves to Soderstrom. Clears it to the far side to Alana Wood. Alana Wood running. Crosses. Cleared by the DePaul defender. O'Malley running back and moves it back to our goalkeeper, Rodriguez, who clears it up to Farrington.
Calm and collected there by Rodriguez. Had a DePaul player buried down. She did not even flinch, and looks like she just started to counter.
Leonard tries to move it upfield. She is fouled, and Butler will have a free kick. Try to set up some offense here in the second half. Deanne takes over. Tries to get it to Savage, but a little bit too far. Back to the DePaul goalkeeper, Erickson. Moves it to her defender, but kicks it a little bit too far out of bounds, and it'll be a Butler throw-in. Soderstrom moves it to Savage. Savage tries to go between the legs, but it's taken by DePaul. And Soderstrom tried to cross, but the ball goes a little bit too far out of bounds. It seems that DePaul has kind of found some energy here. What does Butler need to do to counter that?
Butler, I would first say just relax. You're up 3-0. You have shown this far that you're the better team. I will say in the last couple of minutes, it looks like Butler is back to playing like they played in that first half. Like right at this point now, they have numbers behind the ball.
DePaul crosses, but right into the arms of Rodriguez. Cool, calm, and collected is Stephanie Rodriguez today. DePaul now up to 5 shots on net, and Rodriguez has stopped all of them. Soderstrom kicks the ball out of bounds. And we are having more substitutions for both Butler and DePaul.
Substitution for the Blue Demons, number 11, Mary Tierney.
Mary Tierney has
14,
re-entered for
Beth
DePaul.
Smith. And for the Bulldogs, number 4, Abigail Isger.
And Abigail Isger has returned for the Dogs. A foul on Butler will result in a DePaul free kick.
Butler needs to be careful. This is something that DePaul can get back in the game with about 25 minutes remaining.
Phil Potts crosses. Shot attempt by DePaul, but it is blocked. And Soderstrom picks it up in the corner and clears down the field. DePaul coming back in quick with a little bit of sense of urgency, as there's only 25 minutes left in the second half, and they are down 3 goals. The cross from DePaul, headed by Farrington and cleared by Gaynor. Isger contests the DePaul player, but Wood kicks it out of bounds for a DePaul throw-in. The throw-in is taken away. Leonard kicks it downfield, but the DePaul defense regains it and off the head of Dean. Another DePaul throw-in. Moving quickly now, but Dean's not phased and is able to move it upfield. Taken away by DePaul, and they're regrouping to the far side of the field. Tries to cross it in, but a nice step by Kloosterman, and the foul is on Kloosterman. Tried to slide tackle, but got hurt the DePaul player's legs first.
I will say about the second half so far, Anthony, it is getting a little chippy out there. It would not surprise me if either team picks up a card. And this is a very dangerous free kick.
Yes, it is indeed right in the middle of the field.
The wind at their backs.
The kick right on the net, but it is sailed over. And Stephanie Rodriguez will retrieve the ball and kick it deep.
Substitution, 16, Gretchen Skoglund. For number 2, Katie
Gretchen
Soderstrom.
Skoglund has re-entered the game. Rodriguez is waiting for her players to get into place before she kicks. She moves it to O'Malley. Outside to Dean, who has some free space in front of her. Moves it, tries to move it to Isger, but the DePaul defense takes over. Philpotts moves it up to her forward. Tries to cross, but kicked out by O'Malley. And that shot attempt was wide of the net.
Anthony, Butler is letting DePaul have chances, but they are half chances at best, which you could, that is really good for Butler. You could knock them for that, but they're still up 3-0. So those half chances, coaches will take that all day if you're letting the team have half chances and not full chances.
The ball is taken by Dean, but it's too far out of her reach, and it is a DePaul throw-in. There are 22 minutes remaining in the second half. Butler still leading. Leonard clears to Savage. Savage moves across field to Kowalski. And Kowalski has space to run. Tries to move it to Isger, but the DePaul defense is there to stop. Farrington with the header to keep DePaul from attacking quickly. There will be a foul on Farrington right there. DePaul trying to set up with only 21 minutes to go. And they need 3 goals. Farrington takes over with the ball and tries to clear it to Savage. She did not get enough foot on it. And DePaul once again with a chance.
Handball shot there from DePaul. It looked like the Butler player had her arm downing her body, so the ref is not going to call that.
Stephanie Rodriguez takes the shot attempt and regroups, allowing her players to move upfield. She throws over to Crow, who moves it to Kowalski, to the Farrington in the middle of the field. The Butler defense is regrouping, waiting for the right opportunity to strike.
Shouts for a foul there from DePaul. It certainly looked like up here that was a foul.
There are 20 minutes remaining in this game. Butler leading 3-0. Goals were scored from Allie Leonard, the first two, and Becky Dean scored the third. DePaul looking crosses to the far post, but no one was there for DePaul to touch it, and it goes out of bounds.
There was some miscommunication there from the back two and Rodriguez. The Dogs are lucky that that did not turn into a DePaul goal.
Julia Gaynor has now entered the game for Butler. Rodriguez moves it to Farrington and up the field to Gaynor. Skoglund moving upfield with it. And O'Malley clears to Skoglund. It will be a DePaul throw-in. Most of the play has been down in the Butler end in the second half here. 18 minutes remaining. Nice clear by O'Malley over the head of the Butler defenders.
I think Butler, it would be just fine if all the plays in their half, but they've only given DePaul one or two half chances, if that. Butler on the counter here.
Savage running, moves it over to Isger. No, shot attempt, but blocked by the DePaul defenders.
Best chance Butler's had all half.
Alana Wood moving it to Isger. She crosses, but no one's there for Butler, and Erickson picks it up. Butler was leading in shot attempts at the half 5-1, but they are now getting outshot 6-5.
Still only one shot on goal for DePaul. That was about halfway through the first half, which Rodriguez saved.
DePaul throwing. Dean's header clears it out. And Isger now has it moving outfield. She is tripped. And it will be a Butler free kick. 17 minutes remaining in the game. Butler leading 3-0. DePaul has regained possession. Looking to score, but Farrington holding her ground. The ball moved back to Rodriguez, who moves it to the far side. Back to Rodriguez, and was kicked to midfield. Leonard clears off her own player. It will be a DePaul throw-in. And we have some more substitutions.
Substitution for the Blue Demons, number 20, Bina Saipi.
Coming in for DePaul is Bina Saipi.
And for your Bulldogs, number 33, Allie Leonard. for 7, Anya Savage.
And coming in for Butler is Allie Leonard. DePaul is getting their 6th corner kick of the game. The kick crosses to the close side, but it's cleared out, and the ref will call for another corner kick. The kick is to the back post, and the DePaul does score. They have cut into the Butler lead. It is now 3-1.
That ball really turned in towards Rodriguez. I could not tell who got the head on that.
It was a very nice placed corner kick from DePaul. And they're trying to hurry now.
In the 75th minute.
With 15 minutes remaining, they are only down 2 goals now.
Butler 3, DePaul 1.
Well, we did talk about Anthony. Butler giving DePaul a lot of possession, and for most of the first half an hour of the second half, it was fine. DePaul was not getting any chances, but one chance. DePaul's claim that went out. Butler is bringing the ball up.
Yes, it's been all DePaul most of this second half, and it really did cost the Bulldogs a goal right there.
We'll see what the Bulldogs do.
Klusterman takes it in, tries to move it. Ball out of the reach of Alana Wood. DePaul moving back up the field. O'Malley and Booz are trying to get to the free ball, but it is taken by O'Malley and moved back to the middle of the field to Klusterman. What's Butler going to need to do in the next 14 minutes, Mike, to finish this one off?
They are going to need to do what they did in the first half and win pretty much every ball. They have been, it's been even, where in the first half it was all Butler. Being even, that got DePaul back into the game. They need to get back to being absolutely dominant, and I would try to go for another goal. The score of 2 Butler goals is on the field. Give it to her and see if you can't tack one more to get a 3-goal lead.
Yes, DePaul is trailing 3-1 with 13. The goal was credited to Gwen Walker.
Substitution for the Blue Demons, number 14, Beth Smith. For 11, Mary Tierney. And for your Bulldogs, number 2, Katie Soderstrom. For 16, Brecken Soderlund.
Katie Soderstrom has re-entered the game for the Butler Bulldogs, and Beth Smith has entered for DePaul. There is 13 minutes left.
Well, all Butler goal scorers are now back on the field, so it looks like Butler is going to try to go for another goal.
Ball sent up right to Abigail Isger. Isger going around her defender, but the DePaul defender closes off and kicks it off of Abigail Isger, and it will be a DePaul goal kick. Erickson waiting for her players to get into formation. They are down 2 goals here, trying to tie it and send this game into overtime. Alana Wood does intercept the pass, and it's moved from Soderstrom to Gaynor.
Not a great ball from Erickson right there to give Butler the ball.
Leonard moves it to the outside, but a little bit too far out of the reach of Gaynor.
That's a missed opportunity right there. They get the ball back after a bad goal kick, and you turn it right back over.
A bad throw in from DePaul is intercepted by Soderstrom. Moved to the far side and intercepted by Alana Wood. Butler regrouping back to O'Malley. Moves it up to Leonard. Klosterman over to Gaynor. And Gaynor moves it back to Leonard. Leonard to the far side to Soderstrom. Soderstrom moving across. And moves it to Gaynor. But it is cleared by DePaul over the head of Dean and back to O'Malley, who kicks it to the far side, resulting in a DePaul throw-in. DePaul is moving quickly with only 11 minutes remaining in the second half, and they are down 2 goals, 3-1.
That was a good job right there on that throw-in for Butler to get not to say all of their players back, to get a decent number back. That's something we saw in the first half. So looks like Butler is starting to somewhat revert back to the defensive form in the first half. They have to hold for another 10 more minutes.
DePaul regrouping on defense, but a foul called on Butler. Resulting in a DePaul free kick. The ball has moved a little bit further, so the referee is resetting the ball. The kick into a group of players right off the back of one of the DePaul players, but Stephanie Rodriguez is there to get the free ball. She is waiting for her players to move back up the field, but you would have to think in the last 10 minutes that DePaul is going to be sending everyone.
Yeah, that was a good defensive play right there by Gaynor to make sure to block the ball and to to make sure that Rodriguez could get to it. Another foul. Yes. That is 17 total fouls, 7 on DePaul and 10 on Butler.
DePaul is out shooting Butler 9-5. Both have 3 goals on net. Alana Wood moves it to Dean. Butler's attacking.
Great job of Dean getting forward.
Klosterman trying to clear. And it appears that Allie Leonard is now wearing 33. DePaul in the attack, but a little bit of miscommunication there. Sends it to the far side where Celia Gaynor is clearing. The DePaul throw in quickly. But DePaul will have another throw in here. DePaul moving quickly with 8 minutes to go. Still down 2 goals. So far in this game, Allie Leonard has 2 goals. Along with Becky Deans having 1 for Butler's 3 goals. And Gwen Walker has the DePaul goal as Rodriguez clears it. DePaul moving it into the corner, but 2 Butler players on. The DePaul cross, and it is cleared.
It looks like, Anthony, I said a couple minutes ago that it looked like Butler might try to go on the attack here, which it seems they're doing, but it also seems like that they're content to still let DePaul have a lot of possession. Butler held for half an hour, so they can hold a while. But DePaul did get a goal when they were given possession by the Dogs.
DePaul is regrouping defensively with only 7 minutes left and still down 2 goals. A nice header clear by Farrington. Leonard moves it to Allie Leonard. Tries to move it up to Isger, but it's out of the reach. And Erickson moves it to her.
Good play there by Dean.
It was a great play by Dean. She has been pretty solid defensively today. Alana Wood clears it upfield, wasting some time. 6:30 remaining. And Erickson moves the ball back down the field. Calls a foul on Alana Wood there. And a free kick will be coming up for DePaul. All of the DePaul players are on the Butler side of the field, desperate to try to tie this game up. There's Dean again. Trying to clear, but DePaul gets it back.
Dean looking for a foul there. She definitely get clipped, but I think the ref is letting them play this game.
And Katie Soderstrom, running in the free space, just moves it down the field, trying to waste some more off the clock. It will be a Butler throw-in, and there's no hurry here, as Butler's going to send in some subs.
Substitutions for your Bulldogs. 21, Justina Gaynor. For 15, Celia Gaynor. 28, Gabby Smith. For 23, Aaliyah Dean. And number 7, Anya Savage. For 33, Allie Leonard.
And the Butler players that are coming in are 28, Gabby Smith, 15, Celia Gaynor, and number 7, Anya Savage. We are under 5 minutes to go here. Butler is leading 3-1. But it's been mostly DePaul in the second half here, trying desperately to tie the game. No foul called as Gaynor moves it out of the reach of Savage. And down for a goal kick from DePaul.
On that play, Anthony, Butler did keep some players back, so it looks like they're going to try to score another goal, add one on here late, but their priority is holding this 3-1 lead. Shouts for a foul there.
DePaul has regained possession, and there will be a foul called. It looks like there will be a yellow card for Katie Soderstrom.
Well, we have been saying that this second half is getting chippy, and we see our first yellow card of the day.
Butler, number 2, Katie Soderstrom.
With 4 minutes to go, DePaul has loaded the box up there, desperately looking for a goal. The ref is communicating with some of the players right now before she resumes play. And play has resumed and the clock is running. A little touch and go there for DePaul, but it's not too much for Stephanie Rodriguez as she is able to catch that one.
She saw that all the way.
Rodriguez moves it to midfield to Kloosterman. And Leonard clears out to Soderstrom. Butler's just trying to run some more time off this clock. They don't need any more goals. They just need to keep them out of their net. Abigail Isger
exactly what Butler wants
running
to do.
some time off in the corner, and DePaul kicks it out of bounds.
That's exactly what Butler wants to do. Take it to the corner.
The clock is continuing to run as Abby Isger retrieves the ball in the corner.
Butler's definitely taking their time here with this throw, Anthony. Trying to kill the last 2:40 of this game.
There's a little miscommunication here. The referee is running over to talk to the DePaul coach. There is 2:53 remaining on the clock, and Butler is leading 3-1. We are awaiting a throw-in for Butler in the DePaul end of the field. Looks like they are resetting the clock. They did add 4 seconds. It shows 2:57 on the clock, and play has resumed. It will be another throw-in for Butler. Butler's taking their time. They are in no hurry. They are up 2 goals.
Looked like a corner to me. That's what they called. Butler will, of course, take their time with this.
Yes, the DePaul player is running the ball there, but the Butler player is in no hurry to get there. It is.
And they are putting no one in the box. They are just going to. They are content to kick it short and run out the clock here.
There's Katie Soderstrom on the kick, and Anya Savage is standing real close.
Butler calls for corner, but the ref did not give it to him. 2 minutes left here for DePaul.
Erickson clearing. DePaul players are running upfield, trying to go quickly, but a nice step up by Gaynor is able to clear the ball. And Katie Soderstrom moves it back into the DePaul zone once again, wasting this time. 1:40 remains.
Good job right there of Butler doing what they did in the first half, getting to the ball. That's how you finish out a half. In a match, I should say.
Yes, Butler has taken all the opportunities to waste some time off this clock, and they're doing a great job. 1:20 left on the clock as another foul is called on Butler. Free kick for DePaul. Kick moves down the field, but Klusterman clears it to Savage. Soderstrom once again wasting some time. With 1 minute remaining.
1 minute.
It will be a goal kick. DePaul's trying to move quickly. 50 seconds remaining. Butler up 3-1. The Butler's defense is doing a great job of killing this last 5 minutes, and there's only 40 seconds left on the clock as Anya Savage runs to try to waste some more time as she's taking the ball to the corner. 30 seconds remain.
Great way to end the second half in the game. It looks like DePaul might get back into it, getting that goal with like 15 minutes left. That was still plenty of time to get to, but Butler settled down, started to win balls again, and looks like they're going to come out with a 3-1 win to start off Big East play.
10 seconds remain. It looks like this one is going to be over.
8, 7.
Butler is going to win 3-1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's the final horn. Butler wins 3-1. So, Mike, what did you see? What did you like from Butler today?
I like from Butler today, definitely the first half, and towards the end of the second half, they got to every single header, cross, pass, whatever it may be, and that was mainly their defense and their midfield. That's going to be key in conference play. I also liked that they got out to a fast start and scored 3 goals early and kind of put the game away.
Is there a player that really stood out to you today for the Dogs?
I would say Allie Leonard with 2 goals, including half volley. I'm going to have to go back and check the replay, but it looked like a half volley from up here. Coming out and having 2 goals in the first several minutes of the game is huge. And then Alea Deenan, she got to every single ball that came into her half. We talked about how Butler was getting to every single ball. She was the one doing it, and she also several times got forward and tried to make something happen.
Butler 3,
Yes.
1.
This game is going to move Butler to 4-0 on the year, moving to 1-0 in conference play, as DePaul moves to 1-1, starting conference play with a loss. Butler did win 3-1. All 3 of Butler's goals came in the first half, 2 from Allie Leonard and 1 from Becky Dean. And DePaul's lone goal came in the second half. off the foot of Gwen Walker. That will do it for us today, folks. This was Butler Women's Soccer is back in action on March 11th at home against Marquette. Game is set for 3 p.m. Catch the next Butler Athletics YouTube broadcast on Sunday, March 7th, as the women's lacrosse team opens their season against Robert Morris. So alongside Michael Ackley, I am Anthony Cleva. We thank you for watching Butler Women's Soccer on the Butler Athletics YouTube channel.